Rolling.
I'm Daniel, this is Ashville, and today I'm going to address a subject which is very difficult for me, but I feel that it needs to be done. It's no secret that over the past 12, 18, 24 months, we have been under pressure here. We were forced to move yards. We had considerable costs when moving and setting up. We've had countless legal battles. We've had some internal errors which have cost us dearly, and the work has fallen off a cliff. I'm here today to say that myself and the team have exhausted every option we possibly can. I am all in. I have nothing more I can possibly give. And Ashville, in its current form, is going to change forever. We had a plan in place. We had a restructure and refinance, which was more or less agreed. And the final minute, the funder for the restructure pulled the facility as they had cold feet. What that meant is that our restructure wasn't possible because a growing, small, big business like Ashville needs funding for financial flexibility and cash flow. And without the funding facility, we cannot continue in the same way which we were. Now, the team and myself spent years growing this huge machine to prepare ourselves for large-scale infrastructure and construction projects. But what that means is that you need more vehicles, you need more machines, you need more staff, you need more compliance. Well, that's all well and good when you're busy and the market is flying, but when you're not busy and the rates are driven down or the work even falls off a cliff, you still have the costs associated with the larger infrastructure. Now, you do plan for this, like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. But when you start to move over into 12 months and your reserves are diminished, the problems all compound, and we are at that outcome. And as a result of this, Ashville will no longer be running any lorries of any sort. The entire Ashville fleet is to be sold off one by one, and I hope that they can go to good homes where they can serve new operators in the same way in which they did us. Before this decision was reached, we reached out to our friends in the industry and we found new jobs and options for each and every one of our drivers so they would not be out of work for even one day. I personally would like to thank all of them for all of their hard work and service and apologize that it didn't work out and let them know that they will be sorely missed. Lorries are something which I've loved since I was a child. I feel like they're in my DNA, but I have an obligation to stop what isn't working and set in motion aside, because bringing emotion into this decision will cloud my judgment. And the kind of analogy I would use is if you have a problem with your nail here, like it's gangrene, and you receive medical advice that if you don't cut this off, it's going to spread to the rest of your body and it's going to be fatal. You need to make difficult decisions. In this situation, it's very easy to say, what if? What if we didn't have to move yards? What if we didn't have to spend loads of money in the new yard? What if the work hadn't fallen off a cliff? What if I didn't take some of the risks I took? The fact of the matter is, I did, and I will have to learn from some of those decisions, and we are where we are. The plan is already in place. I'm not hiding, ducking, swerving, and I am not blaming anyone else but myself. I'm going to say it again, just so I can get it into my own head also. Ashville are no longer running lorries, and the entire fleet is to be sold. So, Ashville, as we, you know it, is going to change forever. However, this is not the end, and maybe the start of a new beginning, as we are fortunate enough to be able to pivot and focus our energy, expertise, and passion in a new direction. Firstly, to fill the void of the lorries, we're going to use local third-party hauliers if and when it's required. And our sole focus will be on creating and utilizing our railhead so we can service local construction and transportation and aviation terminals. We want third parties to be able to come and collect primary aggregates, collect recycled aggregates, tip here so we can process and recycle, and we see no reason why we should limit ourselves to the construction sector. If it can be put on a train, we are in a position where we can offload, store, handle, and reload. More than ever, now we are open to JVs and partnerships. Some have already been agreed, which I'll share with you soon, and others are mid-negotiation. But the fundamentals are that our focus will be on fully developing and utilizing this railhead. And I'm happy to say concreting work will commence soon. For the longest time, it's kind of felt like being in the sea, going against the current with loads of drag and terrible aqua and aerodynamics. As we begin to streamline, it feels like we can finally put our blinkers on and we're a lot more agile and ready for a sprint. Outside of the yard, our construction projects will continue as normal. The refurbishment project, the Central London penthouse, and there are more jobs which we're currently pricing. And media-wise, we will continue to document the business and share our special projects. When you feel you have it all worked out, that's probably about the time you're going to be taught your biggest lesson. And then when at your lowest point, that is when you'll be most open to change. Without the experience of the past, you don't have the right tools for the future. And even when you have a fantastic aim, sometimes you need to readjust your target. It's all a continuing process of learning and development. And as one door slams shut in your face, you realize that there's another door which may have been open the entire time and you just didn't see it, with fabulous opportunities. Thank you for continuing to follow us on our journey. I wish you the best on your journey, and stay tuned for more from Ashville.